Uh, a very good morning to all of you present here. Within a short notice, you all have gathered together, though it is a Saturday. You all have come together to learn something new, and this shows that you are interested, okay, towards ethical hacking, the way uh, to do good hacking and improve your skills in this phase. Okay, so all of us know the internet is has become the largest source of data, okay, in the history of mankind, and this data, okay, if any person is knowing how to find these data, okay, identify its use, okay, and also if you're able to get knowledge out of the data, it will be very much an invaluable treasure, okay, for all the forensics investigations. Okay, so this place today we will be looking into, or we will explore, okay, there are the techniques how to gather this data, how to analyze it, and even you all will be allowed to compete in a small contest, okay, of open source intelligence. I welcome Roni. He is my student. I'm so proud and happy about him. Okay, so when he was studying itself, he was able to detect a bug in IRPC website, and he was largely applauded. And I appreciate his interest towards security and his voluntary involvement in exposing his knowledge, okay, giving his knowledge to all of you, okay, his juniors. And I appreciate Roni. Roni is a security engineer, research engineer in a firm at Hyderabad. Okay, so Roni, we welcome you on behalf of computer science and engineering department back to us to present your skills, okay, to all our juniors who are very eagerly, though it was a Saturday, all of them have eagerly come and listen to you. Okay, so this will be a practical and a hands-on session, and it will be an interactive an interesting session. Over to Roni, as HOD was not able to come today due to his personal commitments. We will start the session today. Okay, I welcome Roni. You can take over the session.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful
You can unmute your video also for a few seconds, few minutes, so that everybody will get to know you. Okay, so and then
hi guys, I'm Ronnie. So I'll be talking about open source intelligence, and it will be a totally interactive session, and I'll be asking for volunteers to help me in some tasks which we are doing. And so everyone should immediately say like, I would like to volunteer and all. So that's it. Let me stop my video. Yeah, hi guys, hope it's visible for everyone. So the topic for today's session would be very interesting, that is real world OSINT hacking. So before that, just a few words about me. I'm an alumni of Karunya, as ma'am told, 2020. Currently, I'm working as a security research engineer at a firm in Hyderabad, and I have approximately like 4 years passive experience doing all type of security stuff at college. And I have been listed in all major security hall of fames, including Google and all. So, and I was also invited to a live hacking event in Singapore by Facebook while at Karunya. And I also volunteer at Kerala Police Cyberdome in my free time. So that's a little bit about me. So 1 second. Okay. So I would request now all guys to unmute yourself. All students, please unmute yourself. Hello. Okay, fine. So before starting, I just wanted to know how the audience is, because assume like I am the chef today, and you all guys have gathered on a Saturday. Uh, okay, if the some sound is coming in your house, you can mute yourself. And yeah, so I am a chef today, and you all have come to my restaurant today. So I first need to know what type of food you want. You want spicy food, you want sweet, or you want something, you want a buffet, or you want some light food. So what I mean is, I just wanted to know, does anyone have some background in security here, or what is the, I mean, how many guys are here from first year? Can I know in the chat, please? Please tell maybe yes or something. Okay. First or second year, guys. How many people are here? Okay, good number, I think. We have 100 people. Okay. And anyone from fourth year? Fourth year, guys. Senior guys. No one from fourth year? Okay, okay. Thank you. One person. And anyone has any background in cybersecurity or playing CTF or doing some kind of hacking stuff? Someone? Okay, I thought some people would be doing some stuff. Okay, anyway. Okay, so I hope you are unmuted. So my question is, I have a question in front of me, you can see. So what you see here is 2 points, point A and B, and you are standing in point A. And what you observe here is a wall which is going throughout this place. And you can see some black gaps here. So this is the door is opening, and these are all the lengths here. So what would be the fastest way to reach from point A to B if you're standing here? Anyone? Quick. Be quick. Someone should say. Hello. This is totally an interactive session. Okay, someone wants to say something?
5 meters.
How?
5 meters.
Fastest way to reach. Like how will you go? You will go from here, you will pause for a while, and then you will go to this point.
We will
Yes.
pause for a while, sir. And when we can enter, we will enter it.
Okay. Anyone
We
else?
will go up to B. And then we will stop for a while. And then when we can, we will go.
Okay, great. Anyone else? No one? Please,
Can
please.
we follow the movement of the empty space and reach the other side along the outside of the square?
Who said this? That is the right answer. Who said this?
Prashant,
Okay, great, man. You are which year?
second year.
Okay, awesome. So my thing is, see, in cybersecurity, you don't follow the rules. Okay, you find flaws in the existing rules and gain advantage. So I just told you some rules here, like this is the meter, or this is the length, and this is the wall which is going, and you can see. So why you need to wait and here wait for the thing to come and drag? You can easily go from here to here. Why we need to wait here? So that is my intention. So always keep it in your back of your mind when we are talking about cybersecurity in general. Even if you go to a maybe an interview, if they ask what is cybersecurity, yeah, definitely some theory you can say. But if you say this right, it will be like some type of they will get impressed. Like, don't follow the rules in cybersecurity. Follow the rules, but use it to your advantage. Always keep this in mind. And this we will be following. Like in the coming slide, you will understand why I'm saying this. So yeah, and maybe everyone can mute yourself now. Thank you. Okay, now before starting, just wanted to say like some of the techniques used here, like please don't use it for stalking someone. I'm talking about both the genders. And don't use it to dox someone. So what I mean by doxing is collecting someone's data, like maybe credit card or maybe PAN or Aadhaar or something, and publishing it. So don't do that. because whatever we are gathering, it's like some techniques you will learn, like how you can get info out of someone. So don't do that, please. If I find, I would be the saddest person. Okay, so moving ahead, this is the timeline which we have set for this workshop webinar. So first of all, we'll be like learning a little bit of theory, like what is OSINT and all. A very less theory will be, because theory anyone can speak. What I really want is practical stuff I want to share with you guys, and it is very easy. Okay, nothing, no rocket science. It's so easy. By the end of the session, you will see like, oh, this was this. It is so easy. Okay, so first I will be speaking about somewhat about OSINT. Then we will move on to some practical techniques. Some of the few pointers I will be speaking, and then the exciting part of CTF. I am hoping at least, how much guys we have here? Okay, around 120. At least 50 people should do this. It is so easy, but it is little bit tricky also. Okay, so this is the generic stuff which we are learning. Just a little bit of theory. Like you would be learning it in first year. What is data versus information versus knowledge? So data is just it contains raw figures, and it is totally unfiltered. And what is information? So when we refine the data, we get information, and we collect it in a structured format. And from data, we get information. Now from information, what we do is knowledge. So how we get knowledge is we can go, like suppose a guy is very senior guy, he is experienced. So now he knows how to utilize the information which he has received, and he can convert it into a knowledge. So I remember Naveen Sundar sir or something, he was in some of the sessions, he would tell knowledge exchange or something. Maybe third or fourth year guys may know. Like someone raised their hand. Anything? Okay. All right. Someone, you should, do you want to ask anything? No, I think. Okay. Okay, fine. So, so this knowledge exchange, what I mean by knowledge exchange is, suppose you get hired to a new organization. So you are a fresher or some new guy. Okay, most of you would have been placed by now. So how it is like, you will join an organization. So the senior guys would be training you. So that is just a knowledge sharing. It will go from top to down. So that is it. So the new guys will come, so you will share your knowledge to them. So that is one thing. It's clear. Okay. Okay. Now we will be seeing what is the difference between surface versus deep versus dark web. So when I speak about surface web, it is like the information which is publicly available, like which can be Googled. Like suppose best example is Wikipedia. So you can search anywhere, anything. Like you can search Karunya University. You will get all the information. You will get information about our chancellor, all that stuff. So now when we go about like it is like an iceberg. So the surface web compared to deep web and dark web is very small. Having said that, now we will be going through deep web. So deep web is something which is behind a login or some authentication. Like best example is, let me tell about Karunya itself. Karunya.edu comes under surface web, but eduserve.karunya.edu, since it has you need to type in your login credentials and all, it comes under deep web. So that is deep web. And dark web is totally, it is like you have to use VPN and some specialized browser known as Tor. You can also use some other stuff. And this is the place. Dark web is very vast, and it is very vast, and all type of illegal stuff, all type of mafia, all type of weapons, all type of I hope you can assume what all type of illegal stuff would be found here. Silk Road. Anyone knows what is Silk Road? Like someone said something. I didn't hear.
Yes, sir. It's a place where they will sell drugs.
Yeah, even drugs and all.
I
So
think
actually,
it's Europe, and it works
Yeah.
in Europe and America.
yes. It's not specific. We can't say like it is just that place. It is like anyone can come. Yeah, but what you said is right. So how the
No,
origin
sir.
of Silk
Currency
Road
is in
come?
euros and dollars, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay.
And the last time owner got arrested in Belgium or US, I don't remember that name.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
it got rebooted again.
Okay. Okay. Great. So how the Silk Route origin came is I hope you guys would have learned basic history in class 10th or 9th. At that time, from the China, I think from the Mongols were the fighters like Genghis Khan, all those guys. And from the China, there is a trade route. That trade route is known as Silk Road. So in early times, it was like a way to trade and all. So the same thing, somewhat similar, it converted into this dark web stuff. So inside this dark web, you have Silk Road and all. Not even this, you have even a search engine known as Ahemia, all that stuff. So in this particular session, we will be discussing more about the surface web. We won't be discussing about dark web because it's like very washed, and in a live session I don't want to open all that stuff because it is sensitive content. So have anyone has any queries? Okay, fine. Am I going too fast?
No,
can I
it's normal speed only.
okay.
You can carry on like this.
Okay. Guys, you should be you should not allow ma'am to speak. You should be speaking. Okay. All right. So and one more thing, since we are not discussing much about this dark web, if you are a fan of this dark web and all, you can Google or go to Wikipedia and search Cicada 3301. So it was like somewhere someone dropped some 4chan, or I think 4chan is a highly right-wing and racist type of website. Don't open that. Okay. So so in Cicada 3301, it was like some anonymous guys dropped something like some hints in one particular location. So it was like a kind of puzzle or something. They gave something. So initially it was an image.
Steganographic puzzle.
Yeah, correct. So it was like steganography, and it was someone went, and then from there it converted to live physical locations. Like you had to go to different parts of the world, and then you need to collect all the hints. So this continued, carried from 2-3 years, 2-3 versions it had. So there's an entire documentary related to it in YouTube. So you can have a look into it. It is very, very interesting. So now having said that, now we are moving to OSINT. So actually OSINT is just advanced Googling. Or is it? If you know OSINT, if you know advanced Googling, I will say you can end the call, because OSINT is mostly advanced Googling, but it is also not simply advanced Googling. There is some particular rules or can Jilla mute herself? Okay, thank you. So OSINT is basically the intel which is drawn from publicly available data. All right. So everything which you can Google or search online, it is all a part of OSINT. Next, what we have is something known as OSINT V or OSINT validated. So this is something known as an information with high degree of certainty. So for example, maybe our prime minister is going to a particular place to inaugurate something, maybe a railway station or something, or he's going to Varanasi to pray something. So if that is telecasted live, so that is highly validated information. It is not like some other guy is coming. So it is having high degree of proof that this is the thing. So that is known as OSINT V, which is highly truthful. Someone raised their hand. Anything? Feel free to unmute yourself and speak. Okay. All right. So now what we will be seeing is why OSINT is very, very important. I will be speaking more on it soon. So here, first of all, definitely, as I told, it can be used, it is used for totally intelligence purposes. And these techniques have been used in North Korea to find the detention camps. You know, right? What is North Korea? The guys who are always threatening to launch missiles on USA. So it is totally covered, and no one can enter that place. So using these some of the techniques which what we are going to learn. So some people have detected like detention camps, like at one particular location the detention camp was a small, and within 6 months the camp size became like double triple. So that means what we can conclude from that satellite images, they increased the building size. That means they started arresting or started torturing more people there. So that is how we can think, I mean, that is how OSINT helps us. And definitely it helps to look at terror camps like ISIS and Afghanistan. And other good purpose of OSINT is to track missing people, like you would have lost some dear person or maybe a child or something. So it helps to track down. OSINT is very useful for that. And as I told, new constructions, like you might be aware of there's something like India is always at fight with China. Why? Because it is slowly taking some parts of land from Arunachal Pradesh. So China is saying like we own Arunachal Pradesh, and what recently satellite images what they suggest is at the disputed location, what Chinese guys did is they settled a village guys, like they created a village and people started living. So you can see new constructions, and India is just seeing that. So yeah, as I told, spying enemy nations, like we had some 2-3 months ago we had something known as Palestine-Israel conflict, and Israel is like very top in this cybersecurity. So so we can use for that. And other thing is, this is very important, fact checking. So nowadays you can see in your family groups all type of fake news, everything would be there, right? Like this is this. So actually tired of all this stuff, what Google did is they created a website that is, let me open it up. This is very interesting. Arey, what happened? Okay. Acha, anyone knows about this person known as Father Stan Swami? Recently he came in news. Anyone? No one? Someone wants to say something. All right. So recently, if you have heard that person, like he was a Jesuit priest. So he was arrested under some terrorist act, and he was put behind prison. So recently he got expired. He was 94 years old or something. He got expired due to COVID and all. So here you might have observed in your family groups, like something came like he was on the bed where he was lying down. He was put handcuffed his leg was put handcuffed and all. So that was actually, if you search here, let me open it up, Stan Swami. So here if you see okay, all right, so what Google did is it started something known as Fact Check Explorer. So all these agencies, like you would have heard about Alt News, you would have heard about Alt News is there, Logical Indian is there. So what happens here is some of the WhatsApp forwards claimed that this is this particular person, and he was chained under this. And I mean, to show sympathy, obviously his death is sad, but this is fake news. So actually this photo was actually was of some other murderer, like his name is some Baba or something somewhere. Yeah, this guy Baburam. This photo is actually from Baburam Balram Singh. So he was convicted of murder, and this guy was a mental patient. So that is why they put this, or else he would run away from the hospital. So that is why they had put. So that is not Father Stan Swami. So that is how OSINT helps. I will tell you how they found it out. So yeah. All right. Moving forward, now we will be looking into some OSINT tools. So as I said earlier, I won't be opening any tool and showing how to press this press button, because more than me, these technical documentations can better tell you guys all that stuff. Okay, but one thing which I would like to mention is something known as this particular site. You can open it up. That is osintframework.com. All type of stuff you can see here. Suppose all type of OSINT stuff. Suppose let me take maybe terrorism. So it will show a global terrorism database. So if you open this, you can get maybe this will help. Like it's maybe a search database something. So you will open this. So whenever you speak about OSINT, this is the best website for tools. I'm saying, not for learning. So all these stuffs, this is very beneficial. Having said that, also we have something known as Shodan.io. Anyone knows about Shodan? Anyone heard about Shodan?
It's used to search IP addresses, like vulnerable cameras.
Yes. Yeah, vulnerable cameras, all that stuff. Shodan. I won't be saying how to search in Shodan, but if you click on this explore, as you told, all this webcam stuff, all this stuff would be showing here. Sometimes it won't load also. Like I think it won't load now. So it is like this.
Depends on what you click.
Yeah, yes. So okay, leave it. So having said that, one thing is Shodan. So it will help you show, as you told, webcams, open ports, all that stuff. Another thing is we have Censys, that is used for data collection. But what I liked very much is something known as greynoise.io. So what this particular site does is it scans for the entire internet for IP addresses which is performing malicious stuff. So for example, if you search the trends for today, let me open it up. So you can see here many organizations. How about I click on China Net Backbone? All right. This. Okay. I hope it is a dark background, but I hope it's visible. So what you see here is this IP address has been opportunistically scanning the internet and has completed a full TCP scan. Likewise, if you see, okay, malicious, great. Anyone knows about this Eternal Blue? It was very famous. So what this does is it is trying to exploit this particular CVE. CVE is something known as, if there is a particular vulnerability found, it will get fixed and it will be assigned a CVE number. So 2017 means this particular vulnerability was found in the year 2017, and 0144 is just a sequence number. So Eternal Blue, I think it was for Windows. It's very famous. So this particular probably it is some what they're doing is it is scanning all the internet for attempting to scan all the stuff. By the way, let me tell you, the most of the stuff which you see in Shodan, greynoise, it can be false positive also. Why I'm saying this is because of honeypot. Anyone knows what is honeypot?
Yes.
Who said? I mean, can you just tell something?
Honeypot, nothing like who comes to Andavar, they will collect the data. It's a pot.
Yeah, one famous example is Manuka honeypot. There are various honeypots. So it is like you will be dropping all that stuff online. So you will be inviting guys. So maybe some hacker, it is used in threat intelligence purposes. Like knowingly, I will put something and they will come, and then we can see in the logs what all things they are doing. All right. So that is about honeypot. Yeah, another interesting thing, Wayback Machine. Wayback Machine. So what Wayback Machine does is suppose it helps to scan what happened some previous year. Suppose today if you see, okay, how about web? How about great. So what you see here is awesome. So this started saving the archives from 1998 to July 15, 2021. So suppose let me pick the year 2005 and I am clicking on this. All right, so let me open karunya.edu. What happened? Some pop-up came. Oh, this is a pop-up of them. So today, if you look at it, this is the website of Karunya. Fine. But in the year 2005, if you looked, this is the website of Karunya, how it looked. See, Thursday, it was saved on Thursday, June 16, 2005. So what they have, they still had Karunya mail, I stay, all that stuff. So it's very interesting, right? We can see how our websites looked some years back. All right. And other thing which we'll be focusing more is Google Maps, Google Earth. Google Lens is something like in your mobile, you have Google Lens. Just put an image and use Google Lens to scan it. So it will show the similar type of images. All right. So some of the things what we have discussed, it is not at all an exhaustive list. OSINT is something which is observing all type of public data. These are not the only ways, as I told now, this OSINT framework. So this will help to show everything. Just open osintframework.com. Yeah, this will show everything. So anyone wants to ask something, maybe in the chat?
Yeah, you said that we can see the websites, like previous versions of our websites. Can we see the source code as well?
I think so. All right. I think so, because we can do directly. Yeah, we can see. See, this is the source code, how it looked like previously. So it will also expose some particular JavaScript files which would have been still be used, but they would have removed it, like hidden it, but some years back it would have been visible. So that is about, I hope it clears, we can see. And guys, please,
thanks.
Yeah, thank you. And whatever I'm saying, just practically, I hope everyone is in their desktop, right? Because in the coming stuff, I'll be picking some guys or someone should volunteer. So at that time, it's very important you guys are on your laptop or desktop. Don't be on mobile. Is someone on mobile? So please shift to desktop, okay? Okay. How to talk. Okay, anyone knows about, anyone heard about Google Docking? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is it? See, everything is in front of you only.
Searching for particular thing using some sort of hints like and
yes,
keyword.
Yes. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Google, thank you. So Google Docking is something like suppose I want to search for, maybe if I search for Karunya, it will just show all this generic stuff. But Google Docking helps us to specify, helps us to advanced search. So for example, now observe this very carefully. I want to search to find security holes. Yeah, through this, it helps us to gather better recon. For example, I want to search everything inside Karunya. Great. So I will use this thing on a site. Great. So it will show all the stuff which is inside Karunya, karunya.edu. Maybe if I go to page 10, still karunya.edu. And if I want to search a particular word, I can use something known as in text. And maybe I will use Karunya CSE. So it will show whatever word like it should contain Karunya and CSE. So it will show all those results, Karunya, CSE. What happened? Yeah, Karunya, somewhere CSE would be there. And what else to say? Yeah, another interesting thing. Suppose I do site karunya.edu file type PDF. I want to search for all the PDF files which has been uploaded in karunya.edu. So it will be showing all the PDF files, South Indian. These are all the PDF files, newsletter of Karunya. And so how about we use this Google Talking to get some sensitive stuff? For example, in text password file type log. So log is something like whenever a system crashes or something, it gets stored in a log. So okay, so the thing about Google Talking is whenever you continuously do, Google will start detecting. So you have to just say, I am not a robot. Arey yaar. Okay, so what you see here is I used in-text password file type log. See, you saw this. These are all the credentials, username, TM, password, maybe something this. So now what you can try to do is you can try to log in all this stuff, but be warned what I'm saying. Sometimes they will knowingly put it. So it would be an honeypot. So you will be just trying to log in, or you would say, oh, I got some password, but then it would be a honeypot, like it will track you. So this is name, yen, password, something. So that is how Google Talking helps. And another interesting thing, maybe what happened recently, suppose Modi. If you search Modi, I hope you would have been already aware of this. If you go to search, this would be like advanced search. So suppose I want to search something related to Modi from Prime Minister Modi from maybe July 30 to this. So now it will only show all the results or all the news articles about from this duration. So that is one thing. This also helps greatly. Suppose you want to find the origin of the first news, like suppose some sensitive news came, so you should see like which particular agency was the first one to publish a news about it. So like I remember one case, like we had something known as demonetization. At that time, what happened is just before saying the demonetization happened, some news agency or something created a story some minutes ago, maybe some half an hour ago or something. So how they came to know about demonetization before Modi announced? So that was the question mark there. So maybe they are getting information, I don't know. So that is that. And another thing, yeah, so this is just the tip of the iceberg. If I search Google hacking database, so this will show you all type of search queries. You just search this, so it will show vulnerable servers. You search PHP my admin, it will show all this content. So that is that. Keep this in bookmark. Okay, this is very information useful. So that is that about Google Talking. And so in the coming slides, what we'll observe is like open source intelligence is all about understanding the context. Like if you see a particular image or video, look around for information first. Like what is the maybe some landmark nearby, or maybe something visible, some textual information, and obviously observation and pivoting. Pivoting is a very good term. It's asked in interviews usually. So pivoting means given some information, using that information, how you will try to go here and there. Like suppose I'm just taking an example. Suppose you get credentials to some server. So what you will do with that credentials? Will you just deface the website, or will you try to be silent and will you try to install a backdoor? So that is something known as pivoting. So in OSINT, pivoting is very important. Like suppose you find one person, so using pivoting, you will try to find his friends. From his friends, maybe you will try to find where he visits, all the locations. All right. So next is false positive. False positive means many times you will find like some stuff which looks exactly similar. At that time you need to, like similar to our MCQ, odd one out, you need to put odd one out. So this is very necessary, this negating false positive. So next what we have is offensive versus passive OSINT. So offensive is something like you scan a website, maybe you visit some, maybe you go and visit karunya.edu. So in the logs it will be visible which all page you are going. But if you do this Google dorking and all stuff, you won't be exactly visiting the website, but you can passively gather information. And soon we will be looking more into Google Maps, Google Earth. All this is very important. So, and we'll be trying to answer some questions like who, where, and when. OSINT is all about finding out who is this person, where is this particular location, and when it is taken, exact time also. Obviously we know a picture speaks 1,000 words. All right. Okay, can I get 2 volunteers now? Just tell me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, don't call me sir, I'm just a recent alumni. Okay, for others, let me do this. Okay, so if you go here, you will get this image. No, sorry, this is for something else, I think, not this. All right, fine, no problem. That is for something else. Okay, in the coming slides, like keep it on hold. Here what we are seeing is basic image forensics. Like suppose given this, okay, 2 volunteers, can you identify who is this guy?
Edward Snowden.
He's
Keanu
seriously. Acha, who told Edward Snowden? Why would he be sitting with
Keanu
Obama?
Reeves.
Yeah, correct. He's Keanu Reeves. So what anomaly you find here? So what you see here, everyone knows this person, right? Who is he?
Obama.
Yeah, this person, he's
Joe
the
Biden.
current president. So this is Hillary Clinton. So what we are trying to find is this is a fake image. So this website is very useful. There are multiple websites, but this website, see, let they are. 1 second. Let me download. Is this the same image? Okay, this is different. Coming slide. This is a spammy. What happened? All right. Yeah, finally. So there are multiple tools like EXIF tool, all that for image forensic, but just for a basic introduction, I'm saying this website is very good. Maybe try to bookmark it somewhere, reveal mklab itr.ga. So this will just analyze the image. What is it? This is, see, since it is not HTTPS, it also has all type of weird pop-ups. This is all ad block. I'm not clicking, it's happening automatically. Takes time, I think. Okay, yeah, fine. Loading. Okay. So it's not necessary, like even I don't know all the things. You don't need to memorize anything. But what you observe this is particular location. Yeah. This one. So what does something as JPEG ghost means? Sometimes if you replace a JPG file on top of any JPG file, there would be traces of the original JPG file. So here, if you observe here, if I fully maximize it, you can see, first of all, you can see here, observe this. See, can you see some white stuff in the back, in here, in surrounding him? So if you observe here, this particular place, this is where Keanu is. So from this, you can see it has been edited, like it has been replaced at this particular place. So the exact, what to say? Yeah, the exact image is called the situation room. So here actually this is some brigadier, and this particular image is very iconic. Like it was, this particular image was taken during when USA went behind Bin Laden. So this was the place where they were seeing the live drone telecast. So it was a serious discussion happening. So next, what we are going to do? Okay, download that thing, the link which I gave, right? So here, what we are looking here is something known as EXIF metadata. So like suppose if you click a picture, if you go to the details or something, along with the like the image details, like where like the what is the size of the image, maybe 2 MB. Along with that, sometimes what EXIF metadata contains is the exact GPS location, or it can also contain some information, something. All right. So, but it can also be edited. So did all you guys downloaded that link I shared, right? From there you will get one image. This link. Download that and go to this website known as the exifer.net. And from there your task is to find at which particular location, or where is the location of this particular image, or where is it. So any two volunteers, someone here, can they unmute themselves? Link is given, this top one. Anyone wants to volunteer? Just they want to look into it and just say what is it? What does this look like?
It looks like Undertaker's entrance.
Okay. This looks like an indoor stadium, right? It looks like an indoor stadium. Do you agree with me? It can either be a place for boxing fight or maybe wrestling. Did you guys download it and just go to this website, the exifer.net, and just do, you will get the answer. I am just playing for now. Did anyone do it? Just download it and go to this website, the exifer.net, and upload it. You will get the answer. I have edited it.
Done, sir.
So what is it? What do you see? What do you read there? you will see something known as WrestleMania or something. Did you see?
Yes, in the image descriptions.
Yeah. And just paste it in Google. Which location will you get? You will get something known as Georgia, right? It's 11:20. I hope. Did you get something? Just paste that WrestleMania some slash Roman literals. Just paste it on Google. You will get one location where it has taken place. That the answer is Georgia. So I hope. Any doubts, anyone? This is very easy, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Georgia Dome. Right.
Yeah. So this image is from Georgia, that particular place where that happened. I hope others may get. We are running out of time. I think it's 11:30, 20. So now what we are going to do is collecting information from video plus Google Maps. So now we are going to look into Google Maps. So this is, let me provide this. Everyone please be active. Arey yaar. Copy, paste. Acha, everyone open this YouTube link quickly. So this is your task. So what you have to do is, this is very easy. We are going very slow, I think. Lot of things to discuss. So your task is, what you need to do is go to this website, and you will get you will see at the end of all the videos, they will give a location. I mean, they will give something known as some old age home, and you will get something known as their mobile number. So now what you need to find is the exact location, the time duration which they take to reach that particular location. So how you will do it? Anyone wants to volunteer for this? See, at the end of the video, so what you will get is this particular thing. So what you have to do is, you just need to find the location, I mean the distance, every time they are going at this particular location and serving food to the people. So how you will do? So you can do is, first you need to find their location of these guys, Village Cooking. So just search here their news, or this. I open this. Okay, see, Village Cooking channel originated from this is the particular their village name. So now what I do, I go to Google Maps, don't allow, I paste it here. This is the location, direction, go here. So now this is 9965. Can anyone help me with the number? 9965
949490.
99659 94
9490.
94
90.
949 This, right? 99659.
Yeah.
No, this is the not 9.
Sir,
Sorry,
last
sorry.
9 0, sir. 9965949496.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what you see here is something known as a YouTube video popped up. This is the same location. So now what you see, they have given their mobile number. This is same to the similar mobile number. So now you see this, our home trust, this particular location, our home something. So you go here. This is very basic stuff. You paste it here. See, so you got this maybe vehicle. So this is 15 kilometer. So every time they do a video, they travel 15 kilometer to do this particular video. So that is what I wanted to say. It's very easy, right? So having said that, yeah, but one thing is like, but we are seeing all this stuff, but there should be something like, there should be a trump card for OSINT. Like what should be a trump card? So anyone have heard about reverse image search before this? Hello? So reverse image search is something like just the best reverse image search, what to say? Image search engine is something known as Yandex, yandex.ru. yandex.com. So just input your image here and it will show all the similar images. So that is known as reverse image search. So, okay. So now what you have to do is, maybe just follow me. Suppose we are given this. We have to geolocate this particular image where it was taken. We need to find the exact GPS location of the person who is standing. So what will we do? Anyone has any idea what is this place? It's in Kerala.
In Chedayapara, sir.
In with maybe you know the monument name. Okay. Yeah. So no problem. I'll just show. What we have to do is to identify this particular location, do a reverse image search, upload this. So now it will show all the related images or the particular location. All right. So what you get here, the largest bird sculpture in the name, the village, maybe this. Yeah. What is this place? Yeah, Jatayu Earth Center. So I immediately go to maps.google.com. I search for see, we got that image. So now I'll go to the satellite mode. Jatayu, where is it? Yeah, this one. Can you see this? So now if you observe this carefully, more globe view. This particular person is standing maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So I zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in much. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe something here. So this is its exact GPS location. Just from an image we found out. So that is how we research actually. Like suppose instead of this, there is some person who is getting, maybe someone got kidnapped or last location you find is this. So this is how you do reverse image search and get the exact location. So I will be going a little bit fast. So this thing, this is my personal investigation just before the session, like when ma'am spoke about conducting the session. So what I observed is I needed a real life subject. So this person is my friend from Karunya. He was my batchmate. So one day what happened, this particular person posted this status, I am at this place. And now suppose we are just considering this person is in distress, we need to find where is the exact GPS location just from this. So how will we find it out? So that is our task. Okay, so I just maximize this image. So the only thing which I know is this person is he's a Telugu, and he's currently working in Hyderabad. So anyone can have any guess? Some volunteers maybe. What do they see here?
A dam.
Yeah, one thing, it can be a dam. So other things what you see here, like if you're the first person, like if you have to do analysis, what you will do, maybe you can try zooming in to see the maybe the number plate, but it's not visible, right? So this is not visible. So the landmarks which you see here is maybe something like a dam structure here, something like a dam structure, and what you see observe here is a hill or something, a hill. So having said that, I know this is COVID season, and this person would not have been going outside Hyderabad. So Hyderabad is in the state of Telangana. So what if I search top 8 big dams of Telangana state? Okay. Okay, Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, but it doesn't look similar to this, because what usually dams, when we talk about dams, the image which would be always coming is using water. So but this particular image which you see, it is showing the opposite side, like the other side. So this may not be, we don't know if it is this or not. Sri Sala, maybe, or may not know, may not. Sri Sam Sagar, Nizam Sagar, Maner, Jurala. Immediately I see something known as Koil Sagar. Okay, so now see this, maybe yeah. So if I keep this, there is some similarity, right? You see something here, you see a hill here, you see a hill here, and you see something like some circle shaped, and you see some stretch. So you see some stretch of a road, and this is the stretch of the road. So immediately what I'll do, best thing, I can use something known as earth.google.com. So I go here. Yeah, damn, it's dam only. So now I got that location, exact location. So what if I search? So there is some disadvantage of Google Earth, like it fails to sometimes identify the height. So see, if you see this, it failed to identify the height, like this one. It showed it like it is stuck to the soil. So but once what you can see here is, see this, he might be standing maybe here, because you see here some stairs, you can see maybe where is the image, you can see that there is some stairs here, some stairs, and you can see the hill. So if I click here, maybe like this, now see like this, does this look similar? Now see this looks similar, right? So with this we can maybe help this guy, like this person is standing here. So with this we concluded this. Okay, any doubts about this? So I'm just telling him this is the location. Any doubts about this? Like how I did? Okay. Ma'am, ma'am, how much time do we have?
Just 10 more minutes.
Oh my
We'll have to
God.
complete it by 12. 20 more
I'm
minutes.
not even half done.
You can rush through.
Okay, so guys, I'll be moving very fast. Okay, or how about I skip some stuff? How much time do we have? 15 minutes.
20.
Okay, fine. I would suggest, ma'am, we start the CTF because the slides I can provide them later also. Actually, some interesting part was to happen here. Like we were trying to trace this person in real time. So maybe that we can't do that in such duration. So sorry guys, maybe I'll just share you guys the link because I really want you guys to do the CTF. So I am just providing you guys the link. This is the CTF link. Just open it. It is like just follow. You will get one message. Just follow the things. Like you have 2 hints there. Using that hints, you will get one message. So just that is the end of the CTF. You will take 20 minutes only for that. And someone asked something. Just download that and start. Can you share? Yeah, I will share with ma'am. So, and also this particular page, it will also contain one Easter egg also. Maybe Easter egg means something which is not the answer, but it is like you will find just you will go to some websites in this CTF. So just using that website, just open all the page source. So somewhere in one of the page sources, you will see one Easter egg. So, but that is not the end of the CTF. But you will get one particular message. Maybe you have to unzip some zip files, then you will get one some message. I really want everyone to do that. That is why I'm skipping. So start guys, start quickly. I thought, yeah, I will present. So just download it and start. Anyone has any questions in this CTF? In the meanwhile, I'll just tell you some interesting stuff. Like by the time you get ready. So among this, what is interesting here is anyone here who is a movie fan or something? Anyone who watches movies here? Everyone, I think. Someone, can they say, unmute themselves and say? Okay.
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, you are Tamil guy or simply I asked?
I'm Tamil, but I only watch English movies.
Yeah, fine. Okay, you only watch English movies. My system got stuck. Suppose there was a recent movie released. Guys, other guys, please start the CTF. Okay, it's very important. I just want to walk through the CTF because it's very interesting. So anyone wants to, I mean, any doubts, just put in the chats related to CTF. So all the hints is in the document only. So this thing, by the time you can see, this will help you. Maybe don't do this because maybe it's not that ethical stuff. But I'm just telling you what all things you can do. Remember once I told, don't follow the rules. Same thing. Suppose we have, why I'm not able to type. Suppose we had a movie known as Karnan. Recently it was released. So suppose you need to watch this movie. So how about some people will be using Tamil rockers or something, all the torrent stuff. We are ignoring the torrent stuff. We want to see the legal way. Okay. Legal way means what is visible in the front of our eyes. Suppose or else you would be in some Telegram groups or something. I'm talking about the things which you will try to do without, when you don't have the Amazon Prime subscription. If you have Prime, then you can watch this. Suppose I want to watch this Kannan movie, watch something. Watch online. Sorry. See, you see here, there's something known as, at the end of the this is known as DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So under this, what all URLs are violating this particular, which has the links, it will not be getting displayed in the search results. So now how you can exploit this? You click on complaints, you will open this, you will have a lot of links. So now go and create a temp mail, a temporary email, and click request access. You will get all the links to the movie. So that is one, they hid it from the search, but they failed to hide it here. So this is one thing which you can leverage. Remember, I told don't follow the rules, but using these rules, you got all the things. Likewise, you can search for stuff, but I'm just telling you the way. Okay, I'm not promoting piracy. So that is that. Anyone started this CTF thing? Start, guys, start. It's very interesting. Just open the docs, you will get all the hints. Okay, first hint I will tell, just you need to scan the barcode which is given. So you will be getting redirected to a particular place. Just open a website and just scan it. You will get a URL. And keep in mind the first point. Where is it?
Sir, it's a YouTube link, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Behind the QR code, sir.
Yes. That is not the end of the answer. That is right. You are on the right way. Just go ahead. Hints are dropped here and there.
Okay.
Maybe, ma'am, we can do something like the first guy finds, we can give them some extra certificate or something. Maybe.
Yes.
Because it is very interesting. So this is the hints which you have. This is very simple. Everyone can do, but it is a little bit tricky also. You just need to use Google. That is it. Nothing highly, you don't need to code any program or something. So this is like one day someone knocks on your door and drops a courier. You have something known as this, some information. Then you have something known as scan me. Some barcode. So with this, you can proceed. 1 second, let me stop sharing. I'll just open some stuff here. Just want to help them. Webinar. Info. Acha. Okay, this I need to post. See, this is a particular, there would be a short URL somewhere. So if you mispronounce while typing it, mistype it, so it will be redirecting to some other Google Doc. So this is not part of CTF, just recheck it and replace the letters there. So that is one thing. Keep this in mind. Other than that, it's all easy, because why I'm saying is I had a test run with a friend of mine. So he landed up here by mistake. So don't land up here. And what else I need to say? Continue solving the CTF. Meanwhile, let me maybe quickly go through some pointers. That is, what is it? Yeah, this one I want to say. something known as, I hope my screen is visible. The guys who are doing CTF, please continue, because slides you will get surely. That is my assurance. But others who are, I would say, like solve definitely. But if you are not at all interested, maybe just listen here.
Sir, I have a doubt in that CTF.
Yeah, just personally message me maybe. But don't put sensitive content, okay? Because when I share the screen, it would be visible. Just say this is not happening or something. Can you share the doc link again? Okay. Okay, I'm sharing the doc link again. This is the doc link. Again, I'm sharing. Everyone can try it. It's very interesting. I really want to show you how the CTF is working. And somewhere you have to use Wayback Machine. Another hint I'm dropping. Okay, in the meanwhile, I just want to go through this something known as who.is. This is very important. Not important like it is beneficial. Like it helps to know who is the owner or on whose name this particular website was registered. Sometimes it may be hidden. Sometimes it may not be hidden. Now suppose I put karunya.edu here, who is lookup. So it will give me interesting stuff. What happened? Sorry guys, gateway timeout something. What else I have to find out? Great. Okay. Let me reveal. But did you see something known as search everywhere in that YouTube, my channel. Something would be there, interesting. Or check the discussion section. Something I have put there. It is a base 64. Just need to do that. Base 64 encoding. Just need to decode that. See, I'm dropping so many hints, guys. Please do it. Yeah, so I hope my screen is. So if you see karunya.edu, so now you can see it's registered this. The contact is our chancellor. This is the mobile number. This is the Gmail ID. So, and it is behind a Cloudflare firewall. Actually, usually, like suppose if you are searching for nsa.gov or something, so they will hide it. And there is a feature to hide it in, maybe in GoDaddy and all. You need to pay something extra to hide your personal details. So that is one thing, but some people may not hide. Maybe normal people, like suppose if I have a website, I don't have the money, or I don't have that much money to hide my stuff. So some of my personal details is visible. And another thing, as I told, Google Web Analytics. So whenever you visit a website, everything can be tracked. How many minutes you visited, how many minutes you were on the page, and what you are searching there. Everything is visible using web analytics. And another thing, good thing is GitHub search. You can search for API tokens, password, similar to Google. Just search for that. You can search there. And this one I need to skip because it will take too much time. This one, yeah. Is anyone looking into the slides, or I am just speaking?
We are looking into the slides.
Okay. Fine, thank you. I'm just going through some interesting, I mean, short time, what is interesting. So in aircraft OSINT, suppose you need to find Ambani. Suppose this is the scenario. Sources say Mukesh Ambani had a high profile meeting with some politicians in New Delhi. Meeting took in the month of November 2020. Can you verify this intel? All right. So the first thing you see is this is the one of the private jets of our like Mukesh Ambani. So you see here, this is known as tail number VTIAH. So using this, each aircraft has something known as ADSB. ADSB means it is a surveillance technology. Can someone please mute themselves? This person. Santosh, please. Yeah, thank you. So ADSB is something, it is a surveillance technology. So like each time when a plane flies, it will be giving some pings, like it will be broadcasting its current location to the people, I mean to the locations. So for example, in this tail number we found it is VTIAH. So you open this particular website known as opensky.this, and if I search here VTIAH, we got something. So using this, we see we have a special model number. Model number is model S code 800489. So now, so I just inputted this model number here in this particular website. So I put here this particular website, I put the date, maybe in the month of November, maybe November 3rd, sorry. Yeah, 2020, March 3 or something. So if you put this, what you can see here is it is giving, and what I'm saying is because some popular personalities, maybe Jeff Bezos or maybe Ambani, these guys usually hide it. Like you have some sites known as flight radar and all. So the common passenger airplanes, that will be visible. But when it comes to popular guys, I'm unsure about Ambani if he has hidden or not, but I'm sure these Bill Gates, all these guys hide it. So if you can see here, this green, yellow means it is a low altitude. You can see here he landed in IGT, Indira Gandhi Terminal. This particular this is Ambani owned Reliance. So with this we conclude that yeah, definitely this he flew here, maybe he or someone else. This particular aircraft flew. So that is one thing. Sir, I got it's a big buck bunny. No, please search. Someone from YouTube, you will get something, some link or something. Just decode the base 64. Please decode the base 64. Maybe at 12:05 I will start to explain the CTF because we're short on time. Okay, this is useless. Yeah, another thing which I would quickly go is finding the time just by seeing an image. Given an image, how will you find the time? You can find the time using just the shadow. You just need the shadow to find the time. So like this is Modi. This current location is when he was in the inauguration of this Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel statue. And when was it? It was in October 31, 2018. So now I open this Google Earth here. You can download it, like it is installable. So I open this, I close this. All right. So great. So I zoom in. So assume that, let me hide or something, borders and labels. Okay, fine. This is not required. So from here, we got the GPS location, maybe somewhere near the foot of this. So if you click here, right click, directions from here. So you get the GPS location here. So now what I did is, now let me close this. So since we got the GPS location, so now we have a site known as suncal.org. All right. So I have just inputted the GPS locations here, and this is the particular date. Like, let me just, some message came. What is this? Yeah, you got that. Just decode it using an online JS deobfuscator. So what you see here is, I just put the date when this event happened, or particular 2018 10/31. So according to this, this happened in October 31, 2018. So I just inputted that, and we are assuming that Modi's height is 99 meters, just assuming, so that we get a clear picture of how the shadow looks. Now you see here, whenever I am tilting this from here to here, we are not going much to the technical details. So if I go like this, so, and if you observe this carefully, how about, okay, no problem. Just see this, his shadow is a little bit tilted, and he's standing like this. And if you tilt, this is like somewhat, it is like something, it can't be this, right? Because it's like, see the black thing, black line, that is a shadow of the person. So it can't be like this. Somewhere near, like it looks somewhat similar to this, somewhat similar. We are short on time, that's why I'm not going to those specifics. Okay, so it looks somewhat similar, like this is similar. So from this, what we conclude is, this particular image was taken around maybe 12 to 12:30 or something, sure. And I validated it. Actually, if you want proof, just the YouTube, and there was a live stream of this event. So just go to the timestamp and you will get, like, this was the exact time, like a range, maybe between 12 and 12:30 something, this event happened. So 12:01. What else? These are all. This one was very interesting, but okay, fine. Acha, this one just want to say. So if you go to this website, bellingcat.com, you will find all type of OSINT research, like they are tracing intel from enemy states. This website is fully OSINT based. And then you have something known as Trace Labs. So this is a not for profit organization which are tracing missing people. And said that some OSINT related movies are searching, and See You Soon was released in last year, I think, Kerala movie. And this is Netflix one. This is the most realistic of this, or based on OSINT, but it contains some sensitive data. So if you can see that, you will see some type of stuff there. So be cautious of that. I'm warning. Now everyone will go and watch this. But this series is very real life. Like they are tracking a killer online, and finally they tracked it. So I just don't want to tell all the details. So just watch it. This is this thing. Note it. And it's at 12 to how many people are doing CTF? Maybe more than 10. Somewhere you will get this. So just need to deobfuscate. Maybe at 12:05 I will start to explain. Sorry guys who are doing the CTF. I'm really sorry, but what we can do. I'll just take 10 minutes more to explain. That is it. Quickly I'll just go through that. So this was I hope you would have heard about SolarWinds. So SolarWinds was like some intern dropped this password. Remember I told like GitHub you can search for credentials. So one intern dropped like created a weak password like SolarWinds 123 in this company known as SolarWinds. So using that information, using that credentials, attacker came into some server, then they pivoted from that. And then because of this, SolarWinds was used by many big companies, like even the US in like military, FireEye. FireEye is a famous cybersecurity company. Even they were using SolarWinds. So all of them got affected because of the supply chain attacks. So supply chain attacks, maybe think like there is a particular place which is guarded with missiles and everything. You can't penetrate to that place. But what if you enter inside as a catering agency and you poison the food there? Everyone will die, right? Something similar. They were using the supply chain because other organizations were getting the application. They were using the tools of SolarWinds, so they also got affected. So that is one thing about SolarWinds. Cambridge Analytica. It is like I just Google it. That's it's very basic thing. It's like there was an app which was used by this agency. It tracked all the information and it was used in 2016 elections by Trump and all. So because of this, there is something known as GDPR policy. They started GDPR policy to prevent all this stuff. That is why nowadays data privacy is in the rise. Okay, so okay, now let me start this.
Yeah, I got a final hint.
What is the answer?
Yeah, I got a mail ID.
Okay, continue. Okay, but you will take more, I think 15 minutes more to solve, I think. So, but I really want to tell you guys how to do that. So that is why, without wasting time, let me show you. Other guys can see this, how we are solving this. It's very interesting, by the way. Okay, here. Okay. So we have this. Okay, I don't want this QR code. So I'm solving the CTF, guys. So the guys who are doing, I'm really sorry, but yeah, please feel free to tag along with me. So I just uploaded that image. Okay, I just put the submit here. So you will be redirected to a YouTube channel. Sir, I have done it. You have done it. Yes, automatically something will be received in your Gmail. That is the catch. So yeah, this was a rabbit hole. Nothing is here. This is just a simple lazy or some stuff. 6 people subscribed. Okay. So when we speak about OSINT, remember I told look at all places. So this maybe about I joined irrelevant discussion. Okay, base 64. Something keep in your mind, base 64 channels, playlist. So here my intention is to say, suppose you have put some video in unlisted mode, but if you have put in playlist, it's visible to the public. It's unlisted, but it's visible for 76 people. So now this one, you will see, oh, where is it? Just go here, show more. Great. Just do this. B64 decode. Go here. Paste it here. Decode it. You will be getting Pastebin link. So you will be getting this. So now what you can see here is, you can see something is visible here, but it's not properly rendered because it's obfuscated, and you can see some digits like var and all. So maybe how about it can be JavaScript. It's written, it is obfuscated in JavaScript actually. So what you have to do is just copy, search JSD obfuscator. You will be first link. It's all easy. You paste it here. See, it's getting decoded. Now you have to email me this particular Gmail with a subject. The subject for email has been dropped by user named Hedgehog in Karunya Guest House review in Google Maps. All right. So I now open maps.google.com. Maybe Karunya Guest House. All right. See, Hedgehog, username Hedgehog, cool, subject Little Dora. So now how it works is, you have to drop me an email with this subject named Little Dora. Just copy and send me an email. So when you send that email, you will receive one thing. Where is it? Just give me a second. I am just opening my email. Quickly I am doing. Oh, many people have joined here. Great. All right. I can see how many people. I am tracking everyone, you know. I can see everything, but no one got, someone got website, but no one found the Easter egg. Just go to the page source. Whenever you see, just go to the page source. Okay. So 1 second. Info.txt. Okay. Now I am sharing again. Back to meeting. Share screen. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. So when you email me with that subject, so what I have, just ignore this. Okay, this is another doc. So so when you do that, what I have set up is like a Gmail chained canned response. Canned response means it is used by marketing guys. Like suppose someone sends with some particular subject, so it will be auto responding. So whoever has sent me an email with a particular subject, they will get a response back like this: our new secret base is this. So if you are a new employee, you know, you may always contact Mr. Caesar, 15 Cassidy Street, downtown Cypher Hub, for any help. So don't go don't search for this particular guy. So what this is, it is in ciphertext, Julius Caesar ciphertext. Caesar decode. What did I open? Let me close this. So this was so this particular cipher was invented by Julius Caesar. You would have heard about Julius Caesar, Cleopatra and all. So at that time he used this, and it took around 800 years for the guys to decode this. At that time we didn't have what to say computers and all. So just paste it here, decrypt, you can learn more about what is Caesar cipher. Maybe in third year, fourth year guys even know what is this cipher. So first of all, you will get you will go to this particular blogspot, something's visible. So I copy it, I paste it here. All right, so first you go to this particular place. Let me just go on the top, our profits, these and all. It is like just for your fun. I just put, so we are a team, always observe this team. So here there's something random things I have put. So these are all, we can see another link here, this is another link, and here it is interns corner. So there are no current updates for interns. Thanks HR team. Great. So now you see Patrick when, so I will just show, just remember whenever I will just tell where is the Easter egg. So Linux versus Windows, whenever you observe a blog, always observe the first post. At that first post, they might drop some personal information, because at the first time they would not know like how to blog and something. So personal details. If you go to someone's Facebook thing, always observe his first post. It will provide you some information. So here it's nothing. Page shows, you will get in Easter egg. So what you had to do is you had to put it in the Zoom, found the Easter egg. So having said that, now what this is 5 best HD wallpapers. This guy is telling Patrick some of the best wallpapers which I know of and which I suggest to my readers are this. Now my readers may ask, how does my desktop wallpaper look like? Well, I like this one and I have kept it for a long time. Okay. So now what you see here, that's why I'm saying observe. So in this image, what you can see, note to self, this is the files I should provide to the guys at Littlein, saving this for backup. Okay. So he shared his desktop screenshot, but he failed to hide this. Maybe he would have forgotten, right? Short, what is it? .at LT user, I think. LTZ user. LTZ user. Okay. So now you'll be getting this one. So this is the stuff which you are getting actually. Users. So this is the Google Drive. So how about I download it? Great. I'm downloading it. It got downloaded. Show in Finder. So it got downloaded. So now I need to, how do I extract? Unzip. Okay, we unzipped it. So we got this, the Littlein users. Bob is the CEO, nothing is here. Nancy, something is here. So Diana, what you observe is some stock thing. So it is to, what to say, trick you guys. Nothing is here because he is a CFO. So she may keep the details of stock. So that is nothing, or to maybe nothing suspicious. It is obvious. But what you see here is Nancy, some info.txt. Hey Nancy, welcome to the Littlein. Our company takes security very seriously. You know your credentials, right? Use them to unlock the zip, Patrick. So now you need the credentials for Nancy. So how will we get the credentials for Nancy? So going back here, we know this is the credentials of Kelvin Steele, software engineer, the Littlein, time of joining this Spring, global login ID, Kelvin. So now let me go to this interns corner. There are no current updates for interns. Thanks, HR team. So when I say about current updates, does it mean it had updates previously? Maybe. So how will we check that? We can go to this Wayback Machine, copy this URL. By the way, if anyone saw it, just unmute and tell, okay, because I am not reading the chat. So browse history. If I click here, so now we can see something was saved in July 4. Okay, I open this. Now we can see something is visible. This is an interns party organized at this weekend. Everyone is something unrelated. So let me zoom it. They are telling interns welcome Nancy as Vice President Marketing this summer. Okay, now we get something known as summer. And now if you observe, maybe you guys would have placed in major IT companies, whenever you join a company, it all has a password policy. So here, this password policy, maybe you know his global login ID is Kelvin. Global password is Kelvin Spring. And if you observe here carefully, you see that he joined in Spring. So his global password ID is Kelvin Spring. So how about Nancy? Her name is Nancy. She joined in summer. So can it be Nancy Summer? Let us see. So I'm putting NANCY. SUMMER. Nancy Summer. Yeah. See, that was the password. Nancy's password was Nancy Summer. Secret info.txt. Apparently, it seems you are venturing into super secret location. We only allow people who had once previously who had been invited. Anyway, if you want to go ahead, you know the drill. The passcode can be found in the wayahead.jpg. So there are two ways to do this. First is you can use some online deblurring tool to guess. Other is just using basic OSINT techniques. So if you can see here, this is in blurred format, but you can see something as Department of Robotics Engineering, Karunia logo, hyper automation, the future of digital enterprise. So how about we go to Karunia's page? Maybe Karunia, yeah, Karunia Institute. How about I go here, because if there is an event, they would be posting it, right? The posters and all. So I go here, down. We get this, somewhat similar. And passcode can be found here. So passcode is 624877. So how about I decode it using unzip 624877. Why it is not asking me? Okay, 624877. File cannot be accessed. Okay, we got final zip, final message. So this was the solution actually. You just had to message the exact time when you solved. Like suppose I solved at 12:20, I have to message maybe Ronnie 1220. That is it.
Directly act. If you're pulling, there's one more difference. Pulling, it will create a pull request to the user.
Someone is attending the Karunia session, I think. Okay. So that is it, guys. Anyone has to say this is the end of the CTF. That is how we solve it. So this is the final place. You will get this message. So this is the proof for completion. Just this was it. This was how we solve it. Anyone has to comment something or ask something related to CTF? I see like many guys got access to email, but other than that, anyone who is the guy who closest reached to the finish point? Anyone? Please unmute yourself and maybe say like what approach you used or till where you got or maybe some problems you faced. Hello? Ma'am, I think then it's fine.
Yes.
I needed the people to respond. Okay.
Ronnie, check the chat.
One Sean had completed, I think.
Sean.
In the chat box.
Yes, I'm seeing here. Crystal clear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah, great. So, okay, fine. Okay, exact time when I finished. Okay, great. Sean, great man. You completed it. So actually you need to message your name and the time, not my all this copy paste. Okay, but still, yeah, you reached it. That's great. So one guy solved at least. So that's it, ma'am. I hope it was not that difficult. Was it difficult? Maybe it was time constant. That is why it was difficult. Sean, can you unmute yourself? Okay, I didn't get the Nancy password.
So that password was confusing. I was just stuck over the what would be password, what would be password.
Yes. So always see, like in the doc file, like when you join an organization, they would have some password policy. So from that, if Kelvin's password is Kelvin Spring, maybe Nancy's would be Nancy Summer. So that is how you have to see. But great, man, you are still here. Anyone else want to say something? Maybe not related to maybe this.
Yeah, I also got stuck in the same place with the password.
Okay. Just I'm pasting this. So 2 guys, yeah, great. 2 guys, just please fill this. It will take less than 10 seconds. I know, like it was fast by the end, but I hope it helped you guys a little bit. And obviously I will be giving this slide. Maybe I'll just email Esther ma'am, so she will forward to you. So please fill this, and if anyone has any questions, you can ask, or else we'll end the session in 5 minutes. Nothing? Seriously?
Well, not about CTF, but I have this question about this Google docking. Is there any way where we can use regex to search in Google?
Actually, the Google Doc, you see, they have a particular, what to say, notation. Like if you want to search for like the word in that, you need to use this in-text. So this particular notations has been specified by Google. So regex thing, maybe I think you can't do that. Maybe you can search for regex through the code, like code definitely you can use, but in my I think it's not possible searching through regex. But you can use that star. Like suppose maybe your name is Kevin, so Kevin star, if you do, so it will show the results, everything including Kevin, and maybe Kevin hi, Kevin hello, Kevin bye, all that stuff it will show. So some part of regex can be used, but not that complex stuff. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Joel also solved. Okay, Joy, great. So anything else, guys? I mean, how was the session? Please put it in the feedback form. Was it rocket science or was it like pocket science? Very easy.
We will also get the feedback on our part too. So that also will be shared with you, Roni.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
And thank you, Roni, for your time and for your interest towards explaining all the details to your juniors. And I hope all of you would have explored various techniques and tools to gather some good data as well as analyze it. Okay. And now I call upon Dr. Catherine, Head of Cybersecurity Research Group, to finish the session with her closing note. After that, we will be having a group photo. I want you all to open up, unmute your videos for a second so that I'll take up a picture of every bright faces. And then I'll give you a feedback link and an attendance together, the one form, if you could type it. As soon as you fill in the feedback form, you will be automatically generated a certificate for the session, and it will be to your mail. So make sure that you've given proper email addresses as well as your name and your institution correctly. Okay, now over to Catherine, ma'am.
Thank you all for attending this session. I thank Ronnie. So to just talk about Ronnie, he's my project student. So in the last session, I had already told everyone that cybersecurity is not something that we can teach, we experience. So Arun Sam was one such student, and so is Ronnie. Ronnie Joseph, he did a lot of work. he, he showed in his introduction slide that he is a very famous person when it comes to solving the problems which are already existing in the websites. Okay, he's a bug hunter sort of. He did it by himself. And some things are not taught, So Ronnie is one such person who does things by himself. And all who are attending here, who are very much interested in such type of things, I would, tell you, take your own effort in learning all these things. And yes, keep in touch with Esther madam. She is going to create a link where future students, who are present students, the final years, third years, second years, whoever is available over here will be joined together where you can research, discuss matters, and get to know new data. So people like Ronnie can give you more information than any of your faculty, single faculty over here. So they have hands-on. So same thing, you can also have your hands-on and gain more experience. And Ronnie, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Good job. He's a very calm person. If you see in the class, the calm person he is, he just gives a smile. No? So God bless Ronnie. Thank you so much, Ronnie, and thank you, Esther ma'am, for organizing such a nice, interesting session. There was not 1 minute where I was bored. My son, 8th standard son, was with me all along, and he was trying to capture the flag. So that is the amount of interest you have given, Ronnie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, students. All those who attended, thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. Esther ma'am, back to you. I think Esther ma'am is not there. Is she there?
Yeah.
Yes,
I was a bit disconnected. Okay. I request everyone to kindly unmute your video. One minute. One minute, all of you, please stay. Yeah. Thank you so much for your bright pictures, okay, for opening up your videos and everything. And though being a Saturday, all of you have joined in. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. And for further contact of Ronnie, as well as for the PPTs that you require, all these things can be, I'll be mailing it to you. As you all know, for the last session also, when we had a session with Sam, Arun Sam, we had given you the notes and the WhatsApp link to join for the session. Okay, and further all these things will be gathered. The informations, everything will be gathered through have to be spread through the WhatsApp group. Okay, so now I'll share. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Thank you, Catherine ma'am. So now it's now the session to upload your feedback and get your copy. Yeah, get your certificates generated. So I have put the feedback form in the chat box. You can fill in, and we are ending the session. Thank you so much for your active participation. Thank you all.